Hey Teqvoly fans, wherever you are in the world right now, a very warm welcome to Los Angeles, California for coverage of the 2023 Teqvoly World Tour. Thank you for joining us here on ESPN3 at this incredible venue, Santa Monica Pier, the backdrop of the Olympic Games in 28 for the final day of competition. Two matchups come today. Up first is our women's doubles finals with Hoffman-Macedo versus Dragicevic, followed by the men of Schulte, Ganesh, and Koromansky-Vostovsky. The winners of both of these matches are crowned champions in the season opening event. The crowd is beginning to gather for this new sport here.
All right, Teqvoly fans, who's excited?
Our current weather conditions are 56 degrees Fahrenheit with our wind coming out of the west-southwest at 6 miles per hour with humidity at 67%.
Who's seen Teqvoly before and who's new? Let's see.
Megan Bergdorf with you for the final matches of day 2, and I'm delighted to say alongside me on commentary, head of Teqvoly Sport Development, Anna Molnar.
Hello Megan, thank you for having me here. We have some... So the first referee is Attila Shavumni, very experienced Teqvoly referee. He has had games during the World Championships. Yeah.
Coming in from the right, wearing gray.
Gabriela Macedo and Paula Hoffman are teammates in volleyball too, but they played at different universities before. So they played at University of Evansville, and then Paula played in Grand Canyon University. Tate and Emily are amazing. They are still in high school, but they made it to the finals without losing a single game.
And again, that's Dragicevic and Wen in the red. Hoffman-Macedo wearing the gray. Here's our coin toss. Looks like the team in red will pick the side. Today, there's a little bit of wind action, again, blowing in on this court here at Santa Monica Pier. Again, those wind directions coming out of the west, northwest at about 8 miles per hour now. Let's see if that's a factor in today's matchup.
We have our home team in gray and our away team.
All right, we're about to get started here with our first finals of the Teqvoly World Tour in 2023. About a minute warm up here for these athletes.
So as mentioned, Macedo and Hoffman have experience also in beach volleyball, which might be an advantage for them because of the wind. Yes, but let's see, because Tate and Emily were just amazing yesterday, so they were the big surprise of the day one.
Okay, Teqvoly fans, remember.
All right, so some of the rules here.
USA Teqvoly on social media.
Each team has a maximum of 3 touches, a minimum of 1 pass is required, and passes need to alternate between players on the same team. So at least a contact from each team member before they send that ball over to their opponent.
Can we start, yeah?
All right, let's pump it up for our athletes.
Here's our first matchup. Here's our first matchup of our women's finals. Hoffman-Macedo versus Dragicevic.
Okay. Serve. That.
So that was the serve fault. This is already a point to Team Red.
Serve.
Wen and Dragicevic.
And the pass. And that's a miss on the table. That point goes to Hoffman-Macedo.
So that was actually a side ball. He has hit the side of the ball and it went down. So that's a fault for Team Red.
Serve. Point for Team Brazil.
Again, now he hit the plexiglass, which is considered a net. So again, a point to Team Brazil.
Yes,
Serve.
Hoffman back at that service line. Hits the table, pass goes up. Nice set and the smash off the side of the table.
And again, a side ball. They might be a bit nervous.
Yes, and I would say that's going to be a factor here today. A little bit of the wind, how that hand finishes on top of that ball. Back to
Serve.
Here's a replay here. Service from the red team and the smash
Point for
unable
Team
to be
Brazil.
returned.
Who's drag set?
Serve.
Drag a set with the dig and the smash. She puts it away,
Point for
unable
Team
to be
USA.
returned. Here's the replay. Her feet are behind the line, making that jump. The women's game, you can land inside that perimeter of that hexagon. Hoffman back with a return smash, able to be dug. Drag a
Point
set,
for Team
misses the
Brazil.
table. Point heads over to Hoffman Macedo.
You can see that
Sir?
Team Gray is a bit more experienced with the table. They seem to have practiced a lot.
Point for Team USA. Change of service.
Yes, that point goes to Team USA of Hoffman Macedo. They take the lead here early on at 5-3. Again, for you fans just joining in, each team serves 4 serves in a
Serve.
row. Hoffman at the back line. Pass is good. Set to the opposite side of the table. The dig is up. And Hoffman sends it over, and she unfortunately misses the table there, giving the point over to drag set and win. Back to the service line
Serve.
is Hoffman with the easy float serve. Pass is good, set goes up, and the smash
Point for
comes,
Team
and
Brazil.
again the missed table.
It's
From
nice to
when?
hit. Yeah, it is the side of the table again.
Yeah, Anna, how often does that happen? Or does it
Serve.
happen more often in the wind?
We haven't seen that many side balls in yesterday's competition.
Point
This
for
was
Team
an
USA.
amazing kill.
Yes, drag set puts it away, taking that score to 4-6. Drag set win are the team in
Serve.
red, Hoffman Macedo, team in gray. Passes up, nice high set, smash controlled on the dig. Hoffman sets Macedo, nice stroke, low on that back curve table. Dig goes up.
Point for Team Brazil. Change of service.
And again, they do seem a little bit nervous. Interesting fact about Hoffman, she used to be in the women's national team representing her country
Sir?
in the under-19 World Championship in beach volleyball.
Macedo goes up with a smash, and it's returned.
Point for Team USA.
Point as that ball misses the table, taking us to 7-6 here in this first set.
Serve.
Guys, do we have the names right?
Out. Point for Team Brazil. Serve.
Anna says yes.
And the attack comes in, dig goes up. Nice low set controlled in the wind, and that's a
Point for
huge
Team Brazil.
smash from Dragsek.
It was a huge smash, but then he stepped over the line, which is the halfway line.
Point
So
for Brazil.
So those of you just tuning in, there is that line down the center of the table. That is the halfway line. You are unable to cross that ball and send it over
Sir?
to your opponent. The return
Ball.
attack.
Point for Team USA. Change of service.
The score now is 9, serving 7. Macedo back at that service line. Nice controlled pass. And that's a
Point for
side of the
Team Brazil.
table.
again, a side ball.
Yes, you can see this team in red starting to understand how to play in the wind a little bit better. A technique used at beach volleyball, keeping that game a little bit smaller, a little bit lower.
Serve.
Serve is good. Passes up. Nice. That is a
Point for Team
huge
USA.
smash. She stays on her side of the table.
Amazing kill from Dragasat.
Let's see this replay here.
And
hits-
she was very careful not stepping on the line right now.
Yes, hits the back of that curved table, sending it out of play.
Serve. Point for Team USA.
Amazing kill again.
Yes, another point for Team USA here, taking it to 10-9. Remember, it is first to 12 points here in this first set. A team must win 2 out of 3 potential sets to win this matchup here today.
Serve.
Back to the service line is Dragicetti. Serve is good, passes up, low outside set. The dig is up, and can she save it? No, she goes short on that free ball over. Here's that replay. Look at that extension of that arm swing.
Serve. Point for Team Brazil.
Love that, thank you.
Amazing kill from Hoffman.
And that concludes the first match.
And that's the conclusion of set number 1 here. Final score, Hoffman, Macedo take the win. So, Anna, tell us a little bit about this sport.
So it's a very new sport. This is the first competition in the USA, but we are going to have mostly in LA. We are very happy that many players actually competed in yesterday's event. More locals, and our overall experience was that they did love it, and it's not so hard for them to interpret it, the volleyball to Teqvoly.
Here's some stats here that we're seeing. Total points 1, 12 and 8. Serving points, we have 43 points and 50 percentage points there. And unforced errors, you can see there, 10 for that red team and only 5 for the ladies in gray.
Yeah, that's a big difference, but we could see that Dragicetti and Van, they did hit a lot of side balls. That those are considered unforced errors.
So what do you think, Anna, that we're going to expect to see here out of these teams in set number 2?
Well, I do believe that Dragicetti and Van will do less faults, but I think it's all about how to handle the weather conditions. So they will get used to it.
Yeah.
The Brazilian girls are used to it since they do play beach volleyball as well.
Take the next match, they'll win. But if Tate Dragicetti and Emily Wen take this second match, we'll go into a
All
third
right,
match.
so again, you must win 2 sets to win the matchup here. The Brazilians in gray take set number 1, 12-8. Dragicetti and Wen is a must-win here to stay alive. It is first to 12 points here in this second set. Just a reminder, each team will serve 4 serves in a row before they switch.
And as you could see, it's enough to win by 1 point in the first 2 sets.
Yes, that final tie-break set must be won by 2 points. Again, the server has 1 chance to execute a successful serve.
Teams ready? Okay. Serve.
The serve by Dragicetti is good. The jump attack is a big smash there from Macedo. She's done a very good job running from that sideline, getting very close to that halfway line. Creates a really hard angle.
She almost misses the table, but then she managed to reach. Yes, it's very important.
Let's look again here from Dragicetti. She gets outside that line, both feet with a good step close. Hits that back of the table and it rolls right down. That's the effect of that curved table there. Wow, what a reach.
Point for Team USA.
So what we saw now was an illegal attack because Macedo's hand leaned over the halfway line. So that's a point to Team USA.
So our score now is Hoffman Macedo 1, Dragicetti Wen 2. Macedo back to that sideline again with the attack opportunity. And Dragicetti puts it away, unable to be returned by Macedo.
She's very good at hitting the ball to the end of the table, and that way it's very hard to receive the ball. Yes, exactly.
Serve.
Serve is good, passes up, set a little bit off.
Point for Team Brazil.
And she doesn't actually clear that net in the
Yeah.
middle of the table. So
She
we
hit
do
it.
call it a net.
Yeah, we call it a net.
Serve.
Good serve goes up and on 2 option. We see that in the beach volleyball game a lot.
Point for Team
And she's
USA.
unable to hit that ball on her opponent's side, giving the point over to Team USA in red. They take the lead here, 4-2 in set number 2. Again, winning set number 1 was Hoffman and Macedo in gray.
Serve.
They're back on that service line with a good serve. The off-tempo shot almost goes down, and it does. Dragset gets that shot.
What a smart attack from her. She saw that Macedo was very much behind. And
Look
then
at her hand time on that ball, changing that tempo right there.
amazing play.
Serve.
Really using the wind on that side that they are on. Set goes up. It looked like her foot was over
Point
that
for Team
line.
Brazil.
And yes,
That's line fault.
Change of serve.
Wen back to the service line.
Serve.
Serve is good. Passes up. And a low set return.
Point for Team Brazil.
Turned into, excuse me, a big smash right there. You see that lower set right there. Feet to ball.
Serve.
Able to control that in the wind. To the sideline of the table. Goes Hoffman with her left hand. Ball is up. Has to have an upward trajectory on that ball going over if you're inside that hexagon
Point for Team
perimeter.
USA.
The ball control right now from this team in red, Anna, is pretty incredible on that windy side.
Yeah, Dragaset has this attack very good. They figured it out very good. They saw that the receptive players went back.
Serve again, up and over. Small, low, set. Oh, and Hoffman misses the table there. So in beach volleyball, when the wind is in your face, such as for the team in red, it's a little bit easier to send that ball to your opponent deeper because it is going to die into that table, causing it really hard movement to move forward to pick up that dig or defensive motion.
Still have about a minute.
All right, we're taking a timeout here.
But it does seem like Dragaset and Tate, they got used to the wind and the outdoor conditions, so
Yes, well, and interestingly enough, in beach volleyball, sometimes there's a more favorable side when the wind is this high. And that's what we're starting to see. Hoffman and Macedo had a really easy job on that, let's call it strand side. The ocean side, or the Ferris wheel side here in Santa Monica, is a little bit more difficult for those athletes to play. That wind is at their back instead of blowing into their chest.
We'll see what happens.
The wind has picked up ever so slightly here, coming out of the west, northwest. It is a warm 50 degrees here in Santa Monica Pier. The sun is peeking out in lovely Los Angeles, California. And this is our women's doubles finals for Teqvoly.
Prize of $30,000. And the title.
And the wind
of the
here, you can see that direction.
finalist.
Our Teqvoly flags are helpful to identify that change of direction, because that does happen here, which is impacted here on this awesome center court for Teqvoly. And when back to the service line here again,
Serve.
and that serve
Point
is
for Team
short.
Brazil.
yeah,
Change of
maybe
serve.
also because of the wind, but it got too short.
So the serve now heads over to the team from Brazil.
Serve.
Hoffman at that line, controls that serve, low pass, other side of the table for drag set.
And that was a edge ball. Whenever the ball hits the edge of the table, it's a replay, and we call it an edge ball.
Yeah, you can see Dragaset there asking her teammate to really push that ball up towards that halfway line because it is blowing back.
Serve.
Oh.
Point for Team USA.
A net touch.
Dragaset and Wen
Serve.
are teammates in their club, and they are outside hitter and setter. So I guess they do have an easy job
Point
playing
for Team
together.
Brazil.
Yeah, you can see them trying to find their rhythm with keeping Dragiset on that offensive option more than 50% of the time. You see when often setting her up, trying to find their rhythm there on that left sideline. They have a good connection there. Overhead dig by Hoffman, returns the attack. When to set again. Dragiset with that long wrist away, but picked up.
Point for Team USA.
Point goes to Team USA. And now it is Hoffman-Macedo 6, Dragiset. And look at that big step close on the line. Hits the top of the net there. Hoffman-Macedo 6, Dragiset Wen 9 here in set number 2. This is a must-win for this team in red. Wow.
Point for Team Brazil.
You can see she crossed over the halfway line there.
Yes, that was an attack, fault in the attack. And the sun came out.
Yes.
Getting more exciting.
Let's hear it, crowd.
Sunny
Let's give it up.
South Bay.
That was an edge ball. You have one more serve.
So the referee explaining the rules here, that is an edge ball.
Let's hear it, crowd. Get loud, get loud.
So if the ball hits the side of the table, it is considered a fault. Serve to Hoffman. Dragiset passes and misses the table there on that offensive opportunity.
Not completely. The referee said an edge ball. It might have hit the end of the table a little bit, which it's very hard to decide.
We're having a conversation here to see what the interpretation of that call was. This is a very important point in the match.
Serve.
7 serving 8. Hoffman keeps it in and controlled. Dragiset with the attack and the return.
Amazing kill.
Change of service.
Yeah, that's a huge smash right there by Hoffman. That is a huge point tying up this match 8-all.
All right, let's hear it for red.
Here in set number 2.
Who's cheering for red?
Look at that arm swing.
All right, now gray. Who's
The
cheering for
set
gray?
close to that halfway line, making it even more dynamic. Pass goes up. Again.
Table touch.
Oh, this Brazilian
Point for Team
pair is
USA.
now in a rhythm here. They're figuring out the wind. They're setting each other close to the halfway
Yes,
line.
Hoffman did touch the table though, so the point goes to Team USA.
Double point requested by Team
Okay.
Brazil.
And the double top point. So it's requested by Team Brazil. Who, if they win the point, they will get 2 points instead of 1.
So this is a very important point here
Yes.
for this team to earn. Her partner sets her over the halfway line, unable to convert that 2-point opportunity.
They lost it. But important to know that even though Brazil requested a double point, Team USA will not win it. Only if they requested 2.
Passes up by Macedo. Nice
Point
arm
for Team
swing.
Brazil.
Amazing
Macedo
hit.
and Hoffman have figured out if they set close to that halfway line on that left side of the table, they're able to put it away pretty close to the net, which makes the bounce off the table unable to be returned by Dragiset in that back corner.
Point for Team Brazil.
Sorry.
You're giving us such a good show. 10 to 10.
All right, it's 10-10 here. Remember, the winning team is 12 points first. And that attack by Wen, we haven't seen that here from her in this second set much.
Point for Team USA.
And the point goes to the ladies in red of Wen and Dragiset.
So they have a set point right now.
Set.
Serve.
Can they win this past set? The attack, and they do. That is a great win of set number 2 here for Dragiset and Wen, tying it up 1-1.
So we will be able to see a final set. In the final set, teams will have to win by 2 points difference.
And that's what it's all about at the Teqvoly World Tour.
Representing USA on our
Here's another look. Drag is set behind the line, landing inside the hexagon, which is allowed on the women's game. The location of her attack on that table sprays off. You can see it here, how hard it is to read for Macedo. Unable to reach up and get that. Ironically, Anna, talk to me about having a taller defender in the back versus in traditional indoor or beach volleyball.
Yeah, it is a little bit the other way around than you have it in beach volleyball. So if the taller player is in the back, they can easily reach the bigger hits. And being the attacking player, you don't have to be tall for that, because sometimes the ball will have like bounce bigger, and that is easier to collect.
There's our lovely Santa Monica in the background. Here's our stats from set number 2. You can see our serve points won percentage is about comparable from our set number 1.
It's important to see that there were no aces, not in the first set, not in the second set. I believe that ladies do not really want to serve hard because they are afraid that they will miss it. Maybe it will be different in the men's set.
And we saw a few less unforced errors. So these ladies are figuring out this win game, but I think slight advantage to the ladies in red with the direction of the wind. So they had another coin toss.
Ready?
Yes.
They decided which way they wanted to go, so they're going to receive, but on the more favorable side. Macedo back to serve. Pass goes up when coming into attack, and she hand sets that ball over, unable to be outside that perimeter.
Point for Team USA.
And that was a bad set from Hoffman.
So Macedo back for her second of 4 serves. So remember, each player gets to serve 4 in a row. Behind the end line, Wen misses the table. Interesting that Wen and Dragiset are changing strategies. We saw Dragiset hit probably 75% of the balls from that left side. Now Wen starting to be active in set number 3 from the right. That's why the on-2 option then is an opportunity.
I believe they just don't want the other team to get used to Dragiset's kills, and they try to play both players.
2-1 here in set number 3. Again, you must win by 2 points to win this matchup. Wen puts it away, long on that table.
Amazing hit from Wen.
Change of service.
Let's see here. Her long hand on the ball, and she contacts that right corner of the table, which kind of has a different effect of how that ball comes off to read that.
Absolutely.
Out. Point for Team Brazil.
I think that's our first service error that
I believe so, yeah.
And as Anna has mentioned, on the women's game, they're a little bit more conservative to control that serve on taking the ball offensively in their action. Open hand tip there by Hoffman. Wen with another good clean stroke on the ball. And it's Macedo to return that. Dragiset with the dig from the backline free ball. That ball has to go up first.
Amazing save.
Wow, one-arm dig is not good enough to return that ball from Hoffman.
That was an amazing rally. So Hoffman hits perfectly the ball.
All right, let's get loud.
And this one they couldn't
loud.
save anymore.
Let's hype them up.
Challenge requested by Team USA.
Small conversation here. Dragiset calling the challenge
For foot fault. So she is curious if Hoffman stepped on the line or not.
So this goes to the virtual replay.
Yes.
So we have a team reviewing this of officials. Again, the challenge is for a foot fault.
It's important that if they lose this challenge, they will not have any more. But if they get it right, then they will still have another one.
So each team has one challenge, one timeout, and one opportunity
Here you can
for 2 points. Here's the replay here. Anna, do you see anything there from your angle?
It would be nice to see once again. If it was up to me from this point of view, I would say she was all right.
Because again, you cannot be on the line or over the line. You have to be completely behind that line.
Exactly. So now you see her.
Look over on the big screen.
And we're having a look there together.
Challenge.
Challenge completed. No footfall.
And no
Fall on the
footfall.
field stand.
So the team in red lose their challenge.
Yes, but team in gray, they still have one.
And the point goes to the ladies in gray. It is now 2 serving 4.
Serve.
Serve is good. Hoffman to the left side on a quick
Point for Team
attack. It's
Brazil.
almost like a slide from indoor volleyball. She's able to move over there so quickly with that low set.
We have our home team, Brazil, in the lead.
They're taking the lead 5-2, the ladies in gray. Back to service drag set, and she misses the table. That's an unfortunate miss.
Seems like they are getting a bit nervous again.
Yes, and here to make things even, specifically in the wind, they're switching sides.
Let's see. Over here.
So again, the slightly more favorable side to the ladies in gray because that wind is blowing into their face. A little bit more challenging for the ladies in red because their wind is at their back.
I'll give you guys a second chance. Over here, can you be louder?
Yes.
Pretty good, pretty good. We'll
Hoffman
come
back to
it.
serve.
Serve. Out.
And she
Point for
misses
Team
the table
USA.
as well, so there may be a little bit of a directional wind change here. They haven't had any service errors, I think, in
Serve.
set number 1 and set number 2. Drag set goes
Off,
for
illegal attack.
the option
Point for
ball,
Team
hit
Brazil.
on 2.
So it seemed to be an illegal attack, and they cannot challenge it anymore. But she seemed to step on the line.
Serve.
Passes up, saves it from that halfway line, bringing it back to her
Point for Team
teammate
USA.
when putting it away.
Even though it didn't look the best set that Van could have had, she finished it perfectly.
Serve.
Hoffman to serve. Wen with the pass, hitting off the right side, has a nice finish to that ball, but it's easily dug by Macedo. Open hand set option over to that table, misses it wide, giving the point to these ladies in red.
We have a 2-point difference on the board.
It's a 2-point difference here, and now 5 serving 7 in set number 3. Just a reminder, you have to win this set by 2 points.
Edge ball.
Edge ball again.
Edge ball.
This is only the second edge ball in the match. It happens a bit more frequently, so it's a replay right now.
So again, if it hits the edge of the table, it is a
Point for Team
replay.
Brazil.
Many serve faults in the first set.
Serve.
Wen back to the service line.
Edge ball.
Edge ball.
Yes, edge ball
Replay
can
again.
happen during service too, so it's always a replay.
Serve.
And this is a lot of pressure here on the service line to make this happen for Wen. They're down 5-8. Nice high dig. Oh, such a good touch from her partner. Again, the taller of the two in the back, playing defense when unable to get there.
Amazing kill from Macedo.
Serve.
Macedo taking about 60% of those offensive options. Crafty play there. Over on 2 goes the ladies in red. Macedo back up for a big attack. Dug by Dragasset. And she goes for the smash and she gets it! That is huge!
It was amazing, and also she was paying attention to hit it to the right direction where nobody was standing.
They're still in it. Tremendous effort.
Look at this replay here. Her feet are
All right,
behind the
Teqvoly
line.
fans, let's hear it.
Serve.
Serve is good. Bringing the heavy heat. Grabs that dig. She has to go up with that ball onto the table. Oh, and it was just too long there. Again, if you are not able to attack that ball over and you have to pass or set it, it has to have an upward trajectory as it crosses the table.
Amazing save.
Serve.
Drag a set to the left.
Edge ball.
edge ball onto the left side. So that will be a replay here. Timeout called by Dragiset and Wen, the ladies in red. Anna, what do you think they're saying over there, Dragiset and Wen, right now? They've called a timeout. What do you think their thoughts are?
Well, first of all, I think that they have to calm down a little bit. They do seem a little bit nervous. Both of them had some faults.
Okay, over here. Are you ready to get loud?
So maybe they just want to just take a breath and then just keep going.
I don't know, I think maybe this side.
They were playing very well with the tactiques. That first Dragiset was doing the attack and then Evan took over. So I believe that they are both very strong in attacking and they can play with that very well.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw that Dragiset would continue to use that left side of the table. She has a really nice wrist motion or action on her attack. How does that differ, Anna, between the tighter hit closer to the net or one on the end of the curve table?
So when it goes closer to the net, it will bounce eventually bigger. So if it's big enough, it's very hard to get it. But then if it goes to the end of the table, it's again hard to get it, not because of the big bounce, but because it's very hard to predict where the ball will go.
All right, back in action here in this tie-break matchup. Macedo back to serve. Dragiset on the low pass. Hand set over, giving a free ball opportunity. Doug, what a nice high dig from Dragiset. Oh, unable to return it to her opponent's side of the table there. Hoffman Macedo claiming another point. It is now match point for Hoffman Macedo here in this women's doubles finals.
In gray today, they are 1 point away from game
Match point for Team Brazil. Serve.
Macedo back to serve. Tricky serve to receive there for Dragiset. And she misses the table. That is unfortunate. Match point going to the ladies in gray. Taking the win here in this finals, 2 sets to 1.
Interesting that Team Red hasn't used their double points chance, if I remember correctly. It was only used by Team Gray. Maybe they have forgotten about that, or they were just too nervous.
And when do you typically see that double point called?
So usually what I see is teams call it when they are behind, somewhat behind, but it's not in the beginning of the set. So they can request it before point 10. So the last chance you can request it is 9. And that's when usually they do it, either like from 7 to 9. That's our experience.
So typically in that second set, here are the match statistics overall. 34 points to 26. 48 percentage points to 39 percentage. No aces again. Winning. So the winners, guys, that's like our kills or attacks. So 5 to 8 and unforced errors 17, only 17 for the ladies in gray.
There is a big difference though.
Yes, and we saw a lot of unforced errors come in there in that third set for the ladies in red. Dragiset and Wen. The edge balls again, those are replayed.
What we saw in yesterday's game was that ladies actually hit the ball harder during service, and now they seem to get back a little bit from that.
And here's our teams and our matchups of our ladies matchup here between Hoffman Macedo and Dragiset Wen. Hoffman Macedo winning the women's doubles finals at this 2023 Teqvoly World Tour home opener here in Santa Monica, California. You can see the women attacking the ball behind that end line. They are permitted to land in front of that. We will not see that here in our next men's matchup because the men have to jump and stay behind that sideline on their attack.
Let's not forget that Dragiset and Tate are still, Wen and Dragiset are still very young, and they made it to the finals without losing a single game. So it's a big achievement from them and from both of the teams, obviously.
It's our final match of the day on this picturesque center court here in Santa Monica Pier in lovely Los Angeles. It's up next, the men's finals between Jakub Koromansky and Michal Wustowski. And they take on Peter Schulte and Mario Genes. Again, Hoffman Macedo winning that 2-1 for the women against Dragica and 1. Schulte Genes take on Wustowski and Koromansky next here on center court at Santa Monica Pier.
And now, introducing
Our referee is still Attila Sovonni, very experienced Teqvoly referee.
And now, for your home team,
Teqvoly fans from all over the world have gathered here today for this new sport innovation of table volleyball.
So in Team Gray, it's Peter Schulte and Mario Genes. They are very experienced Teqvoly players against Michal Wustowski and Jakub Koromansky, who happen to be the world champions in Teqvoly.
Captains, please.
All right, both teams
Cheer the
now
whole team, heads or tails.
in a coin toss, and then they'll have a 1 minute.
Okay, we have our coin toss.
Okay, and who's going to serve?
Coin toss going up here.
You serve. Who's going to receive?
Remember, you can follow us on Instagram.
And they're deciding who will be the server and the first receiver here. Again, in this matchup, each team will serve for 4 times.
Some merch. We can go to techshop.us.
So what we can say overall is that Koromansky and Wustowski have a little more experience and they are very good at stress situations. But Schulte and Genes are very talented and they played many Teqvoly tournaments too. So we know that they both prepared a lot and their intentions were to win the finals. So
I'm Megan Bergdorf with you for the final match of day 2, and I'm delighted to say alongside me on commentary, head of Teqvoly Sport Development, Anna Molnar.
hi Megan, thanks for having me again. We have seen amazing games and rallies from women, and we hope to see the same from men. We expect a very exciting game from the 2 teams.
So this team that we're seeing warm up here in purple have actually been a Teqvoly World Champion.
Yes, that's correct. So the first Teqvoly World Championships were held in 2019 and they were there and won it. While Peter and Mario, they were not yet there. They couldn't make it then, but now they did develop a lot. So we are going to see a very exciting final.
So again, our men's matchup here in center court, about to get started here after this warm-up. Our referee hands them the ball. Genes back to the service line. Another soft serve. And the first smash of the day on the men's side is put away there by Koromansky.
It was a very confident kill.
Serve.
Pass goes up. Quick set over. It is an upward motion, so it is good.
Many things to note here. It's first of all interesting to say that they started playing with small balls, like with 3 balls, but they cannot be inside of the court too many times. So once they attack from inside, then the next attack have to be from outside.
Genes with a set up there. Koromansky with the set over. And that smash does not go over to the opponent's side. So unfortunately, they lose the point there off that attack. It is now 2-1. Excuse me, 1 serving 2 there. The guys in gray, Schulte and Genes, originally from Hungary. Back to serve number 3 of 4. The guys in purple attacking onto a little tip over. Nice one-handed dig. Lifted set. And he goes for the dramatic smash and he misses hitting the opponent's side of that table.
important to know that men, they can jump, but they have to land outside the lining, while women can jump in. So that's why they sometimes prefer not to jump, just to lean over.
Koromansky back to that service line. Little soft touch over. The big, long, extended smash there. You can see he was holding his feet behind the line.
Amazing smash, and he managed to find the end of the table. As you can see, he's leaning on and finds the end of the table, which is very hard to defend.
Koromansky, serve number 2 of 4. Little fast pass. They must have been watching the women's game as well.
Does it again,
the win.
and it's a success.
Winds are now 9 miles per hour coming out of the west-northwest, and it is 50 degrees here in the sunny Santa Monica Pier in Los Angeles, California. Koromansky back to his service line. An open hand tip. Doug, lift. And the flat smash
Again.
goes down.
Yeah, it's very well practiced, as we can see. So they couldn't get the set right, so he couldn't hit it, and then Schulte just killed the whole thing.
It seems like Schulte and Ganesh are finding their connection over there. They're playing a low, short game. That's a sneaky play onto right there by Ganesh.
It definitely was, but it worked, yes.
And they take the lead, 6-2 here.
All right, let's hear it for our athletes. Let's get
Gostovsky
loud,
and
let's get
Koromansky,
loud.
originally from Poland, representing USA here. Serve goes over, high sets to that sideline. And you can see the style here of Schulte. We didn't see that so much in the women's game, that diving attack, overhead dig from the right, open hand tip. Another open hand tip, Doug. Low fake set onto. Oh, and that's an edge ball.
That's a side ball, yes. So it went to the side of the table and went down, which is a fault to Team Gray and a point to Team Purple.
So Anna, we're seeing a little bit different style play than we did in the women's matchup.
We do, yes.
Schulte at the service line. Pass goes up. Low set again.
Point for Team Purple.
Gostovsky.
Amazing hit from them. You can also see that even though we expected the serves, yeah, here comes the kill. It was just too high for Schulte, even though he's the taller player.
Back to the service line is the team in gray.
They don't risk too much with the serves. So the next attack has to be from outside.
Point for Team Gray.
But there's no next attack.
Yes, so unlike the women's game, the men have to stay behind that attack line from the moment they jump and the moment they land, which, given a little bit of wind,
Yes.
probably makes them stay on the ground a little bit longer than they would like to. Back to the service line is Schulte. Passes up, they play right around that halfway line, creating different angles again. On a kill coming up closer to the net, has a higher bounce.
So you can see that he changed the direction of the ball at the last time, so Schulte couldn't prepare. It was amazing.
Back to the service line are the guys in purple.
Point for Team Gray.
Not sure if Janesh has already tried to attack, or it was only Schulte, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right so far. Gostovsky back at that service line again. Nice, easy, controlled serve goes up. Handset onto option ball goes down.
Perfect smash again.
Perfect smash. They're really taking control of set number 1 here.
He really does find this spot.
They have to hit 12 to take
5
this out.
serving 9 in set number 1 in this men's Teqvoly final of the World Tour. Changing sides of the table.
But yeah, he did hit the ball on their side of the table, so it's still a point to Schulte and Janesh. I wonder if they are going to ask for the double point now.
Interesting. Unable to send that over to their opponent's side is Schulte and Giannis.
Yeah, Schulte does the same now, what Vlostovsky did. So Janesh is a setter when he plays volleyball. They have a very good combination with Schulte, who's an outside hitter, but he misses the serve.
Giving an easy point over to Wlosławski and Koromansky.
Not giving up. They're putting up a fight.
Serve.
Easy controlled serve. Nice set for onto
Side ball.
option.
Point for team break.
Side ball is a little bit different than edge ball.
It is, yes. So it went down, unfortunately, which makes the point go to Schulte and Janesh. So they do have a set
Serve.
point.
Returned onto option. He misses the table. Point going over to Wlosławski and Koromansky, making it 11, serving 8. Staying alive again to win set number 1. You just need to be the first to 12 points.
Serve.
Serve is up, set on 2. A little fake out tempo. Open hand tip set.
Table touch.
Trouble over
Point for
there.
team purple.
That little change of that offensive action really messed with the defense over
Yes.
there. With
Change of
Yes,
serve.
it did. Schulte did touch the table, so it's point to Team Purple.
Again, touching the table is
Serve.
illegal. The rules there. Pass. A little fake out on that offensive movement actually stunted his offensive opportunity there.
Yes, the set was too small to hit it, so he had to go in, but then he couldn't control the ball.
I like that we're starting to see that offensive variety a little
Yes.
bit in this men's competition. High dig goes up. Koromansky, nice set.
Point for team break.
It was impossible to defeat. So it hit the net, but then it did hit the table too. So it's a point for them, and Wlosławski couldn't save the ball.
Yeah, they win set number 1.
And now we'll go into a
That's a great shot. Here we can see it again, how it hits the net and then the table.
Right after the table, and it was very hard to defend that.
And you can see how excited this pair are because actually they beat in pool play yesterday
Yes.
the pair of Koromansky and Wlosławski.
Yeah, so they did beat them 2-0, I believe. So now it would be a big revenge for Wlosławski and Koromansky. They are very strong in head, so I believe that they will be able to come back.
They are former world champions and have been playing this game for a number of years,
Congrats again.
leading the World Tour in victories.
See you at the medal ceremony, which will follow the men's doubles final. So definitely
Following our
stick
men's
around.
doubles finals is our award
Following
ceremony,
our volley tournament today.
honoring our 3rd, 2nd, and 1st place finishers here in our Teqvoly World Tour opening tour stop of the day. Here's our set stats.
Aces, still 0. I would have expected some aces from men. Let's see if we will see some in this set. And the unforced error are almost the same.
Fans, let's give it up.
So the differentiator is how many kills a side is getting here. Starting set number 2 is Koromansky on the serve. On to option, open hand tip, low set. Oh,
And he misses the
And he
edge ball.
misses.
Yes, no, it was an edge ball. It's very hard to say. So the referee, let's see how it hits the edge of the table.
Serve.
So it's a replay.
controlled serve, fake out up on 2, unable to execute that change of direction.
That would have been a very tricky attack, but they couldn't make it, unfortunately.
I love seeing the offensive variety here from this men's pair. They're creative, they're moving the ball around offensively. Serve receive again, onto option. Doug, 3 contacts. A little bit of fake out open hand tip.
So the next attack will have to be from outside, and they do know that.
And he smashes the ball and puts it away, is Schulte.
Yeah, but the referee said an edge ball, so we will see in the replay.
Serve.
And it's 1 serving 0. Schulte misses the table there.
It's interesting to see how Koromansky is doing the serve. He goes like very low,
Serve.
so the ball doesn't bounce that big on the table.
That's a great insight there with a nice high dig, giving his partner plenty of time to get set up, and he misses the table.
Wlosowski also wants to hit the end of the table just like Schulte does, but he does a little bit more faults.
We didn't see as many faults yesterday, I feel, in there.
I also feel that it is a bit different for them, and also I guess that there are many spectators over here, makes them a bit nervous. So now the next attack would have been from outside, but Schulte finished.
Yeah, you can see the excitement here with Schulte and Janesh.
You see it again at the end of the table, and it was just too high even for the tall player to get the ball.
Interestingly enough, all 4 of these athletes aren't wearing sunglasses.
Point for Team Gray.
Another big chest bump there, and point for the team in gray. Taking that score overall 3-1 in set number 2. Again, a team must win 2 out of 3 potential sets to win this matchup and be crowned champions here in Los Angeles. The open hand tip is not good. One arm dig, just out of play. His partner unable to return it.
Almost saved, but
If you're having fun today, definitely come out next month.
I would have
The last
thought
week of
that
February for our next
Wlosowski and Koromansky would have had a little bit more energy here on center court from what we've seen from them before.
yes, that's also what I think. But they might come back. You never know with them.
Point for Team Gray.
What's true
They're veteran pair.
Schulte and Janesh really have their tactics, and they are doing it very good.
End of February will be in Venice Beach.
Leading in set number 2 is that pair, Schulte and Janesh. 5-1 on the service line. Passes up. Behind that line goes Wlosowski.
So Koromansky did the same, but Schulte did the other time.
Then Janesh back to the service line. Again, each player gets 4 serves.
Edge ball.
That was an edge ball, yes.
So that's a replay.
That's a replay, yes.
So in that case,
If you miss your serve, you don't get a let serve like in tennis. But
No.
if you hit the edge, you get a replay.
You do, yes.
Serve.
Serve is up. Nice low set. Wow, that is a smash.
I do feel that Koromansky and Wlosowski, when they set to each other, they are just too close to each other. If you just have a look at here, he had to go out a little, and that might be a bit disturbing for Koromansky.
All right, fans, let's get loud. Let's give it up for our athletes.
Yes, it's interesting. They put that ball away there on the right side, wondering if they're going to use the right side of that table again. That pair of Wlosowski and Koromansky.
So there is a challenge for edge ball. Let's see if they will win it. If they do win it, they will still have a challenge remaining. If not, they will lose their opportunity to challenge it.
You can see Wlosowski over there looking on.
Friendly competition. What if we do this side versus that side? Who can be louder?
It's a very hard angle to see there, isn't it, Anna?
It is.
Challenge completed. No edge
The
ball.
challenge
Point
is
for
complete.
Team
No
Gray.
edge ball
It
is
was
the
not.
call. Point goes over to Koromansky and Wlosowski.
And Schulte and Janesh has lost their opportunity to challenge it again. Yeah.
Yeah. 3 serving 5
Serve.
in set number 2. A little bit higher pass.
Point
And the
for Team
smash goes away. So maybe
Yes.
that little bit higher game is more favorable for them on this, let's call it Ferris wheel ocean side
Right
of
over
the
here, you got a
table.
chance. Let's hear you get loud over here on this side. Fans, ready? 3, 2,
Serve.
1, get loud over here. Let's hear you
Serve
over
is
here.
good. High control pass to the left side of the
Point for
table.
Team Purple.
Error
Side has it be.
by Schulte. Again, that glass plate down the center of the table is a net.
Yeah, it is a net, and Schulte was trying to hit the ball very close to the net so it will bounce higher, but he missed it.
Passes up. Left side the table attack. Received.
And they cannot attack how they wanted to, and this might be,
Point
yes,
for Team Gray.
their point. Schulte's kill. They are very confident with their killings, I believe, and I don't see the same thing with the purple team.
Requested by Team Gray.
And we can see the double point.
Oh, here we go.
Yes,
so tell us a
requested.
little about what
Sir?
happens here, Anna.
So if Team Gray wins this point, they will get 2 points instead of 1.
Edge ball.
And it's an edge ball, so it's a replay, and it will be a double point opportunity again.
And each team only has one
One, yes, in one match.
and one match.
Serve.
And you have to request it before the 10th point.
Set goes up. A set option over.
Edge ball.
Interesting that he didn't take a swing on that.
So the referee said an edge ball. From this angle, it was very hard to see what happened, but if it really hit the end of the table, it might have been an edge ball.
Point for Team Purple.
Schulte unable to deliver that attack on his opponent's side of the table.
And they do lose the double point. So now, Team Purple still have the chance to request the double point.
Which is a big advantage right here because they're 2 points behind.
It is definitely
here in
the-
this second set. It is a must-win for those men in purple.
Serve.
Vostovsky and Koromansky must
Out.
win
Point for Team
this set
Purple.
here to stay alive in this men's doubles finals of Teqvoly
requested by Team
World
Purple.
Tour.
So we can see the double point requested by Team Purple, and they just might take the lead.
Serve.
But they don't risk it.
Interesting. Two soft
Point
options.
for Team Gray.
But Schulte does risk it, and the Team Purple does lose the double point. It would have been their big chance, I believe.
Yeah, I would have thought they would have been really aggressive. And
Yeah.
they open hand set two balls over.
Yes.
Interesting. Low short ball over, trying to cause confusion. That's legal, can touch the net and go over on the table. One bounce only. Lifted ball, attack from the left side. Koromansky goes up and misses the table. Interesting. If you're at this team over here in purple, what are you thinking right now, Anna?
I guess they're just nervous about them not playing the play that they usually do. This is not
Serve.
something they can do more than this, and I guess that's not
Out. Point for
how
Team
they
Purple.
wanted this
Goes
to be.
long. That's a free point right there.
Yes.
That's a little gift, a little breath of life.
Let's see if they live with it.
Sorry. Ball, please. Change of service.
And the referee says change of serve because the matchup wasn't correct there. On two options seemed really easy to put away there for Schulte. They figured out that play from that sideline, taking the lead 10-7 here in set number 2. They did win set number 1 as well. That pair of Schulte and Guinness. Low serve again. Onto option. Two defenders
Amazing.
back. Great save. Can he hit the table?
Point for Team Gray.
No, it was just too long.
So it's a match point now for Team Gray.
Match point possibility here for Schulte and Guinness.
Get loud, get loud.
Have they taken a timeout, that team of Koromansky and Vostovsky?
I believe there was only one timeout. There could be another opportunity, but not sure who took it.
Oh,
But
going for the big smash to win it and misses
Yes.
the table. You can't blame him. He had a few points to really risk there.
so
Edge
they
ball.
challenged the ball.
So maybe a strategic technique to delay time. They don't have a timeout remaining.
Maybe, or they just want to use their challenge and slow down the game a little bit. Yeah.
So if you're this pair, Schulte and Giennes, originally from Hungary, what play do you think you would run to win this match? You need one serve reception.
I would play on them to actually make a mistake because they are already nervous and give them the
Challenge
opportunity.
completed. Edge ball. Replay the point.
It was an edge ball, so they do replay the point.
So no point was awarded.
No
and they
point
will
awarded
reserve.
there. Kormansky back to the service line again. Serve is good.
Point
And
for
the
Team
smash
Red.
goes
Point
down
by
from
Team Red.
Schulte, and that is the men's double final. There you have it. Taking set 1 and set 2 is Schulte Giennes.
They did play very confident.
They didn't make many errors, and I'm sure we'll see in the stats coming up here shortly.
They did not. They were very good at attacking. We could see that almost only Schulte was doing the attacks, but it still did work.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day here. Look at that low pass.
And the match point.
Lift. You know that you've got to be so good to lift that set, so you're passing and setting at the same time to get a nice ball up to your partner to smash it away for the win.
Yes, but Janusz is a setter when he plays volleyball, so it's not that hard for him. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see how happy those guys are there. That's the first tour winners of 2023 here for Teqvoly.
And it's amazing for them to be the world champions.
Definitely check us out on
Yeah.
Instagram and TikTok.
And they beat them twice, once in pool play.
And they did, yes.
And in this finals. Here's beautiful sunny Santa Monica. It's a warm 56 degrees here, and at the end of the trail of Route 66 is our lovely Ferris wheel. Here's our match stats of the day.
Still no aces, but Janusz and Schulte did have a lot more winners.
They dominated
Yes,
with
they
16
did.
to 5, and you could see unforced errors there, even though they had more unforced errors. I think that happened earlier on.
And I also believe that they were playing a bit braver than the other team, so that contains all these
Well, you
unforced
can
errors.
see that in the 7
Yes.
edge balls as well.
Yes.
And those 7 edge balls are actually replays.
Yeah, so they didn't lose too much with those.
If you're visiting LA, head down to the beach and try out Teqvoly at Ocean Park. Coming up next is our medal ceremony where the first, second, and third place teams will be
Last
congratulated.
weekend in February, it'll be at Venice Beach. So we'd love to see you there. Stay tuned. Momentarily, we'll begin.
And there's
our
the end of
award
Route 66
ceremony.
here in
We'll go
Santa
ahead and
Monica
start off
Pier.
with our women's doubles final.
Our Teqvoly World Tour kicks off here in sunny Los Angeles. Coming up next is our award ceremony.
Do you remember, Megan, any teams winning their double points?
We're broadcasting live
I don't.
on TNT
Right?
and 3 today.
Many players
Really
will.
interesting.
Where I experienced that in some cases they don't even ask for the
Now
double
it's
points
time
because
to
this
please
just stresses them out.
welcome our medal
and they just leave it.
presenters and finalists for the women's doubles final medal ceremony. Let's give it up for our presenters and finalists. Let's hear your cheers.
So we're setting up here our podium
We're now
for our first, second, and third place finishers.
Following them
So
are
the award
athletes.
presenters just come
Let's give it
in.
up.
We have some very important awards presenters here with us today.
So first place will be presented by Mr. Al Lau. He is the CEO of AVP. You can see already the ladies here.
Congratulations to all
The
of our
third place will be
athletes.
presented by Mr.
And
Peter
here are your
Gao,
top
president
three
and founder
teams.
of HCAA.
Congratulations to our third place team.
And the second place
Judith
will be
Collada
presented by
and
Mr.
Lacey
Gino
Braccia.
Dracheda. And you can see here the third place, which is Judith and Lacey Collada and Kosho, who really had amazing games yesterday and made it to the third place.
Congratulations, Judith Collada and Lacey Braccia.
Judith and Lacey again, coming from LA.
Congratulations once again to our third place finalists.
Again, congratulations
And now, get loud for our
to
second
Judith and
place
Lacey
finalists,
taking
Tate
third.
Dragaset and Emily Wen.
And Tate and Van, well-deserved finals and
Presented by
Del-
Gina Brigida,
yes, and the silver
AAU
medal.
Director of the West Coast office.
Mr. Brigida will hand them the
Congratulations to our
medals.
second place victors. Amazing effort this morning.
I do believe that it's a great achievement for them. Don't you agree?
Absolutely. I think we're going to see this young pair on that podium in the future once again.
Congrats to our second place finalists, Tate Dragaset and Emily Wen.
And our winners of this first tour stop here in Los Angeles.
Yes, Macedo and Hoffman. The gold medal will be presented by
One more time, let's
Mr.
give it
Al
up.
Lau, CEO
And
of
our first
AVP.
place champions in the women's doubles category, Paula Hoffman and Gabriela
And this is their first
Macedo.
title win, isn't it?
This is, yes, they do play Teqvoly back home. Macedo is also coaching a little bit of Teqvoly, using the table during her trainings. But this is their first Teqvoly title. I bet that they will have many more, and they were very talented.
Let's give it up for our first place gold
I think
medal
we'll be
champs
seeing the
in the
six
women's
ladies
doubles
back in
Teqvoly
action come
finals.
Absolutely.
February once again for our
Yes.
second tour stop back here in Los
Congratulations to
Angeles.
all our finalists.
A big congratulations. You know, the women's game is very interesting because we saw a lot of
And our
differences
first
there from
place
the men's
champs
side.
Absolutely,
presented
yes.
with their trophy. Let's give it up. Let's give
I think
it
we can
loud
say
for
to
our
all the teams that
winners.
they weren't really like setters and attackers, but like everybody did attack.
Yeah, and what's so fantastic about this sport is you can play at any age, you can play at any ability, you can play on the sand, on a court, indoors, outdoors. It really is a sport for everybody.
It is, yes.
And for our finalists, one more time, a big congratulations to our women's doubles finalists.
Amazing achievement. So actually Macedo and Hoffman did go through the whole tournament without losing a single match.
That's absolutely impressive in their
Yes.
first time out
Yes,
here.
it is, yes.
And taking the #1 spot on the podium.
So just a quick photo of them all.
Let's get loud one more time.
You can hear the crowd going wild here. It's a beautiful day in Santa Monica on the pier. Look at those happy smiling faces of our women's competitors here in this first tour stop of Teqvoly. Teqvoly is played over 6 continents on 50 countries.
In just a few moments, we will have our men's doubles medal ceremony.
Coming up shortly are our men's presentation and award ceremony. The men played a very different game outside than they did yesterday in their pool play rounds.
Yes, I also believe so. I believe that they didn't want to risk too much And that's why we saw that they didn't try to hit the serves, for example, very hard, that we saw yesterday. And also they really did, I believe, focus on one player attacking and the other doing the setting. Yes, it came out well for Schulte and Janes.
Ceremony, the presenters and finalists take the floor.
And again, here's our presentation ceremony of our medalists, our first, second, and third.
Here you can see the bronze medalists, Hua Li and Eddie Zunzu, who fought very well yesterday and did win the bronze medal.
Congratulations to our third place team, Hua Li and Edison Zhou.
And again, they took third, originally from China.
Well located in LA.
And living in LA.
Yes, yes.
And they definitely helped grow the Teqvoly grouping here in Los Angeles.
Yes, they do. They all have amazing players, and I'm very happy that they could make it to the bronze match and eventually win it. Third place is presented by Peter Gao, president and founder of the American Chinese Athletes Association.
A very proud moment for him to award that medal to them.
I believe so, right?
One more time, let's hear it. And now get loud for our second place finalists, Michael
And our
Moldovsky
second place
and
here.
David Goromansky.
They do seem a little bit sad.
Yeah, we didn't get to see their big characters that we normally see out of this pairing.
But still, it is a great achievement. So the second place and the silver medal goes from Mr. Gino Grajeda, yes, director of AAU.
We will for sure be seeing that pair in upcoming tour stops, if not on that number one spot.
I believe that they will go home and train for the next tournament.
I have a feeling that this is going to be a battle we're going to see in this matchup here between first, second, and third, coming on the tour stop for Teqvoly.
And Schulte and Janes can be very proud of themselves for this is their first international gold medal. And yes, the gold medal is presented by Mr. Allau, CEO of AVP.
Congratulations to our first place gold medal champs, Peter Schulte and Mario Janes. Let's give it up.
Amazing achievement. It was a very confident play, we can say that, and it was well deserved.
One more time, let's hear it for your first place winners.
What a fantastic event here in Los Angeles for Teqvoly. They're all going to get on this podium on the top.
Almost all of them, yes.
Yes, can they do it? Yes.
I believe they can fit, yes.
What a great sport.
Let's hear it, cheer. Let's go.
It's amazing to see how volleyball players can actually play and use another form of volleyball in the table, and it's accessible for everybody.
And there you have it, our first, second, and third place finishers here in our Teqvoly World Tour season opening event.
Big congratulations to our three finalist teams. One more time, your winners, Peter Schulte and Mario Janes. Thank you to all the Teqvoly athletes that competed in the tournament.
What a
today.
fantastic
Thank you so much to the referees
setting
as well.
here.
You have a very tough job.
From the City of Angels, I'm Megan Bergdorf. Thank you for joining us for the first Teqvoly World Tour stop of 2023. We will be back in Los Angeles February 24th, 26th. Until then, keep teching.
Definitely
The
stick
world
around at
is
2 p.m.
curved.
We will have our Teqball finals. We'll have 3 categories. We'll do the women's doubles, the mixed doubles, and the men's doubles starting at 2 p.m. today. Thanks again for coming out. We hope to see you soon.